Hey, it's the Love Guru Blair, and I've got dressed for today's video. You see? Ta-da! Sometimes I do get dressed. This is what I look like when I get dressed and go out into the world. When I'm not trying to hide. I know you guys know what that means. So let's talk about the Indigo's mission. Now, what I shared with you the other day is my mission is to guide, help, heal, and lead Indigos in their mission. My other mission is also to bring higher consciousness to corporations and also to bring higher consciousness to programming found on TV. Now, that's a big mission. Those are several missions, right? There's 3 avenues there. And somebody might say, like a normal human, a mortal, a normal person, they might do one of those things their whole life. But us Indigos, we have really big missions. And some of you guys, like me, have different elements to your mission. There's different divisions. Now, throughout my life, traditional business advice that I was learning from other people would say, hey, people always said to me, Blair, pick one thing. Just stick to one thing and focus on that and become the best at that and whatever. That was always boring to me. So understand that, first off, traditional business advice is not going to work for you in your Indigo business. All right? Being an Indigo healer, teacher, or leader, it's not going to work for you. And number 2, your mission is much bigger and more specific than you think it is. So a lot of Indigos I hear and I speak to say to me, oh, well, I know that my mission is helping people. Well, yeah, it is helping people, but it's much more than that. You see how mine became very specific, having to do with Indigos, guiding, helping, healing, and leading Indigos. And I'm sure over time it'll change as well, because we are constantly evolving beings. And also, especially Indigos, we are constantly evolving. Again, normal humans might stay the same or move at a slower pace. I mean, no one's really ever staying the same, but might be evolving at a slower pace. But being an Indigo, you're evolving at a much faster rate. So there's a lot I want to talk about here, and I already started talking about things that I wasn't planning on talking about, which is always the thing that comes out when I start speaking. But the reason why I'm making these videos is because I am really calling out to my people, and more specifically, rather than just my people being Indigos, more specifically, those of you who are ready to step up to the next level doing your divine mission. So I have a book out called How Aliens Put Me Into Power. It's called, the first installment's out, called The Reconnection. And that's available for those Indigos, those of you who are just starting on your spiritual path or getting a little bit deeper on your spiritual path, but haven't really done any healing work or haven't really done a lot of healing work, have mainly been a book reader over this period of time. So that would be a book for you to read to go deeper. What I am specifically making this video for is to connect with those of you Indigos who want to go deeper into figuring out what your mission is and really stepping up into your placement in this world. That's who I'm doing a shout out to. That's who I'm making these videos specifically for. And I want to invite you to my new program called Alien 101, Grow Your Soul. Now, keep in mind, this is for advanced Indigos. Even though it's called Alien 101, it is not an intro course. All right, because first off, you're already, I know some of you guys are not going to like this wording, but you're already at a higher level than other Indigos, okay? Because you've done some healing work or a lot of healing work. You've been doing some of your mission out in the world, but it's not really working the way that you want it. You're maybe not getting the clients that you want or as many as you want. You're not being given the opportunities that you want, and one of your constant statements, or either out loud or to yourself, is like, hey, give me some more. I want more. I want more. That's like, come on, let's go. So before I'm thinking about like where I even want to start this, because like I said, there's so much to be sharing here. First off, the link for that program is loveguru.net/alien101. That's where you can get more details. It's a small group, limited to 5 people. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a couple of rounds of this. And the purpose of this is that you get individual attention from me, you connect with other indigos, and we take you up to another level so that you can step fully and completely into your placement in this world. Now, back over a year and a half ago was when I connected with my star family. And at this time of my life, again, I'm thinking of the other things that I want to share with you here. But okay, so at this time in my life, I was already working in my mission. I was already helping people. I already had done so much healing work on myself. And I was at this point that there was kind of like a lull in my career because I was bored. I wanted more. I wanted to be stepping into my larger placement. I knew that there was more that I can give. And I used to have frequent conversations with my guides. And it was really like frustration and me yelling at them, being like, promote me, put me into my placement. I have so many gifts to offer. I have so much to share in this world. And the other element of this is I had done so much healing work and I had conquered so many things. So for example, back in 2004, well, for my whole life up until 2004, I was always, within reasonable time, because I was like figure teenager years to 2004. So I was like in my mid 20s or late 20s, actually. I was always looking for this like secret formula on how to attract the one. Ever since I was young, I was always like, really, I knew that there had to be a certain way to find love. I knew that it wasn't like random, that you'd have to like date a lot of people or like you turn a certain age and you find the one. I knew that there had to be a method or some magic, again, some secret formula, some magic formula I was searching for. So in 2004, I put up a website called maryblair.com. And the answer came to me. The universe answered my prayers, answered my questions, and that's when I went deeper into my spirituality. And I went from like working hard to looking for love to learning how to partner with the universe to attract the one. So that's when the universe stepped in and taught me this secret formula on how to attract the one. So I already had learned that, and I was teaching that to other people on how to attract the one, and I was getting people married and teaching people how to connect with their soulmate, and people were connecting with their soulmate and getting married and all of that jazz. So we're going back to like a year and a half ago, we're kind of jumping back and forth here. So I had already conquered that. I had learned how to attract the one, and I had used the method over and over again to attract one soulmate after the next. And then also I had attracted my twin flame. So I had gone up all these levels. If you're not familiar with twin flame, that's the highest form of spiritual partnership. So I had attracted my twin flame. So for some time I thought, hey, like this is what I'm meant to do, was to teach people how to attract the one. And then I thought it was like, hey, I'm here to teach people how to attract their twin flame. Then I was having issues with my twin flame, and we got married and then we got divorced, and I learned so much through that. I went through so much healing, and it uncovered all of these unhealthy relationship patterns that I had developed back from my family of origin, all this like childhood wounding. So I went through different phases of understanding what my mission was. And again, along the way, like if you speak to like a normal human or like someone who gives business advice, they would say like, Blair, focus on that attracting the one. That's your golden ticket. Stick with that, teach people how to do that. Then it would be like, you know, help people with their marriages, you know, because you have conquered that. You have learned how to heal through unhealthy relationship patterns. You know, you have healed through the twin flame relationship. So again, there was always this push by normal people. People didn't get it. You know, normal people didn't get it. These business experts didn't get it. And they would always say, you know, stick to that. Why are you moving on? Stick to that. But again, as indigos, we are constantly evolving, and our mission keeps on expanding and getting more specific onto what we're really supposed to do. Not what we think that we're supposed to do, but what we're really supposed to do in our heart and our soul. So again, back a year and a half ago, after I had experienced all these things, attracting the one, healing through unhealthy relationships, attracting my twin flame, healing childhood wounds, healing all the triggers having to do with my family, having to do with all this thing of releasing all this baggage. Well, I'm kind of screwing up that story a little bit, but okay, for these purposes, we're just going to go with it. So a year and a half ago, I was saying to the universe, like, what the hell is going on? Why do I have to keep on going through so much healing? And why do I have really nothing to do now? And why am I bored in my life? And why are you not putting me into my placement? Can we get going? I'm getting older here. I want to step into my placement. I'm so eager about doing what I came here to do. Now, can you relate to this? Do you feel like sort of stressed out about your mission? You know, because that's really what it was. Like, I was sort of like struggling and frustrated with like, why are you not putting me to work like I want to be put to work? And everything that you're giving me right now is not a challenge, is not even fulfilling. It would be like little trickles of experiences with clients and with what the universe was asking me to do. So I guess you can say I did. I surrendered to the not knowing. I surrendered to the boredom. I surrendered to just being, which is what my guides were telling me every single day when I woke up and I didn't really have anything to do. And I'd be like, well, what am I going to do today? And they were like, just be. And I was like, what do you mean just fucking be? And I would just take lots of walks with my dog, and I would sit out at the pool. I was living in Florida at the time. And it was boring. And I just felt like I was wasting away my life. The other conversation that I used to have a lot was like, I know I have this mission, and I know that my mission is here to help other people. And I know that these people need my help, and that I can help them along their way. So if I'm such like sort of a chosen one with knowing this mission ever since I was a young age, I knew I had a mission, a big mission here, then why are you like, what are we doing here? Like, you're not really like providing any assistance to me as far as like sending loads and loads of people to me. And so that is like the standpoint that I think that some indigos, so now after a year and a half, I have gone through this, a deeper portion of my journey. And I understand all these things have come together as far as like why I was spending all this time being, all the frustration I had as far as wanting to step into my mission more. You know, it was time for me to pop off. It was time for me to get ready for my placement. And that is a term that Zeke, my star brother, was using with me, that I'm going to prepare you. I'm going to help you get prepared for your placement in this world. This is this feels like such a jumbled video, and I'm sorry if it is to you, and I'm not sorry if you're receiving benefit from it. So I'm just going to put that out. I don't know, maybe I should have grounded myself more before I started speaking, but we're trusting the process. So, because I want to share with you different elements of the Indigo's mission, because number one, I know some of you indigos out there think that your mission is just going to be plopped into your pants or your hands. You think it's just going to happen to you. You think that the universe, your guides, your angels, since you have this mission, since you have these gifts to help the world with, you may think that they should just give it to you to start doing because you have these gifts to offer the world. And I'm going to let you know that what I've learned is that that's not the way that it happens. Not with indigos. With indigos, you have to work for your mission. And what that means is that you have to be hungry for it and you have to go through healing. In my other videos that I've made over the last 2-3 years, I have been nonstop talking about how you have to heal yourself. You have to heal, you have to heal, you have to heal. And it was sort of annoying how often I would say that. I was like annoying myself. I don't know if I was annoying you. But it was sort of annoying on how much that was coming through to say. And that is part of getting to be able to be sort of like a privileged indigo, which means an indigo on a mission, an indigo that has accepted their placement, that is ready for their placement. You need to get yourself ready for your placement. It's not going to just be given to you. Yes, you're a gifted one. Yes, you're talented. You have many talents. Yes, you see the world in a different way. Yes, you have these unique psychic and healing gifts. Yes, to all these things. But with an indigo, it's that working for it. You have to work for it. And that shit used to piss me off. I'm not pissed about it now because I put in my work and things have opened up for me now. Now it's opportunity after opportunity that's coming into my life because I have gone through my final phase of being like grinded out. Because that's what it is. It's like you're grinded out by the universe. I'm going to get back to my initial story, okay? It's coming around in a second here. So in this Alien 101, this is all connected, okay? These are all connected, these stories. In Alien 101, Grow Your Soul, which is found at loveguru.net/Alien101. And see if this resonates with you. If you want to step up into being further on your journey, further into your mission, if you're ready for it. Because that's partly why I'm sharing my experience, because there was, like I said, there was a lot of frustration and a lot of like anger at the universe of like, promote me, put me into my placement. I'm ready. I've done so much healing work. Put me out there. But it still was not connecting for me. So I have gone through that over the last year and a half. I've gone through that final preparation, the final healing to get me out there. And now I'm here. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why there's more clarity with me. And I also feel like there's more intensity with me too. There's more showing up. I am showing up these days because I know that there are other indigos. Maybe it's you. Maybe I'm speaking directly to you. I know there are those of you who really need me right now. Like I said in my other videos, I feel you guys. I see you as a being around me. So I'm making these videos to connect specifically to you. Those of you who are at the place where I was a year and a half ago, that I was like, I've done all this healing work, put me in my placement. I put me to work. I want to serve humanity. Like, what is going on? And I'm wasting my life. So if you're feeling that intensity, if you're feeling that passion and that kind of frustration and that anger at the universe, then this is the program that may be the right match for you. Because like I said, I have worked through it. And for a while, I couldn't find what that missing piece was. And I was kind of just screwing around on my own because there was no one out there that was speaking my language that was offering what I'm offering to you. This is, like I said, although this is Alien 101 and 101 sounds like an intro course, this is not an intro course. This is where the indigos really step it up to get ready for their placement, to be out in the world, to refine what your message is, to fully understand who you are, to fully understand why you're here, and to get your ass out there. You know, it's like you're at the point that you're like, I'm not trying to hide anymore. I'm not trying to be small anymore. You know, I used to have experiences that I go out and I try to be like incognito, and I still do it sometime these days when I'm like sort of not working, doing love guru stuff. And I try to hide, you know, like I don't do my makeup, I don't do my hair, I don't even take a shower sometimes. I'll walk around maybe in my pajamas, or, you know, just look kind of slobby, like, because I don't fucking care. I really, like, part of me just really doesn't give a shit. So I'll just try to like hide. I don't talk a lot when I'm out. You know, because the thing is I know as soon as I open my mouth, I know I'm going to start activating people. I know I'm going to start triggering people. And I don't feel like working all the time, you know, and I also don't feel like working for people who don't appreciate it. So I try to play with my gifts as far as who I'm sharing them with and who I'm just kind of not paying attention to. But, you know, even though if you're an indigo and you might be shy your whole life, or trying to hide, or trying to play small, or it's safer, trying not to trigger people, you know, that's a big thing. Like I said, that was a big part of my journey, trying to not trigger people. Because as I said, a lot of times, as soon as I open my mouth, I'm triggering people. I'm upgrading them. I'm advancing them. Some people I'm rubbing the right way. Some people I'm rubbing the wrong way. And don't take that as dirty. But you understand what I mean if you're an indigo, because you say certain things, you just being you, and it'll rub against certain people, or they'll feel some intensity with you, and other people can't really handle that. I can handle that. I'm an indigo, and I have strong passion and anger and frustration and whatever. And you know, I can handle that because I understand what that's about. I understand how to channel it the right way. I understand how to process through it, and I understand what healing needs to go on around that. So you're not walking around as a wounded indigo. So let's bring this back around. Let's go back to 1.5 years ago when I was frustrated, when I was like, hey, promote me. Hey, we're wasting my gifts. What the fuck's going on? I'm getting older. There's no benefit for me just wandering around being all day, you know, and send me loads of people because I'm ready for it. Like, what's the deal? So that was when my star family came into my life. Zeke and friends. And when that happened, part of me was really excited about it. Part of me was a little bit afraid, because I was also like, where is my life? What kind of direction is my life going in now? Like, this is fucking weird shit. That was like, now I think it's normal. Well, not normal, but I'm used to it, because it's been over 1.5 years of me that I already processed through all this stuff as far as connecting with my star family. But at the time, you know, I was doing a lot of research about having to do with the Illuminati, and then it opened the space for my star family to come in, and I was completely in the unknown. And I was sort of freaked out, because I was like, hey, I thought that I was supposed to be teaching about love, relationships, healing oneself, you know, clearing old programming and brainwashing and stepping out of the matrix. And I thought that this is what I was teaching. But now it's alien stuff. Like, what does that have to do with like anything mainstream? What does that have to do with anything relatable to like our society? And it's just really weird. Now I understand the whole connection of everything. But when my star brother came in, Zeke, and also even the lessons that he was teaching me, which, by the way, you could read about all this stuff and how aliens put me into power. The first installment, which is called The Reconnection, which is found on my website at loveguru.net/books. So even the exercises that he was taking me through, I thought they were cool. You know, they were about expanding my psychic gifts. We were talking about time travel and telepathy, and we were talking about like the alien lifestyle. We were doing like sexual energy exercises, and my Kundalini, I had a Kundalini awakening, and you know, I'm not one of those spiritual people. I've never been one of those spiritual people that was like on this quest for a Kundalini awakening. I don't really, it just never really appealed to me. I never really thought about it. I never really cared about it. But this is what happened to me. So along the way, I thought it was cool, but I was like, where's the practical application? I'm a very like, even though it's spiritual, I need practical application for these spiritual gifts. It needs to make sense to me in this 3D world, in this material world, in the real world. It's debatable, but you understand what I'm talking about. So what happened was, through this journey of working with Zeke over the year that I wrote these books, which is going to end up being around, probably like around 10 installments that I'm going to release over time. But working with Zeke, he prepared me for my placement. And what that was, well, there's different elements to it, but what that was a final healing of things that I was still carrying with me. Even though I had done like loads of healing work, it was like the final tentacles of things that still needed to be processed through, like one more time, clear all the final triggers so I can be released from all that dead weight, all that excess baggage, so that I would be able to freely offer, I don't want to say freely, because I'm not offering my gifts freely, so that I can offer my gifts into the world, so I can be here to stand up and to help you guys, to help those of you who are indigos who want to step into your mission. And there were, like I said, there were many things that I learned over my many years of working in spirituality. I have been doing intense healing over 10 years. And by intense, I mean as far as working one-on-one with a healer and taking workshops and working with different healers, always doing one-on-one sessions in that type of environment. So it was always like the spotlight was on me, really sort of grinding me out to get to be a clear channel, to really be able to release any of that old baggage. Now, the old baggage, the old trauma, the old programming, all the old childhood wounds, any of that stuff, any of the old image of myself, who I thought that I was, who I was as far as like a victim of circumstance, a victim of how I was raised, a victim of how I was programmed to be in school or by friends or however people looked at me. And now to totally step into the new, which is a total recreation of my life, a whole new life, and to be fully in my mission. Now, I want to go back to the whole thing of like, hey, if you're an indigo, you have all these gifts to offer, you know, why isn't the universe just letting you use them? Why isn't the universe just putting you to work out there? And it's actually a brilliant design. And again, it's the path of an indigo, is that we have to heal ourselves. We have to really be an active participant in the healing. We need to step up, not just read books. You know, that's an intro thing. To read books, to maybe take a class here and there, that's an intro thing. When you want to get to other levels, you work with one-on-one with people. You know, you work with those that can guide you. You come in a small group environment like this, it's an intensive, that you're going to be getting the intention and the attention and the support and the healing and the guidance from someone who's been through that, which is me. So the thing is that the generations that come after us of gifted kids, you know, the crystals, the rainbows, they're not going to have to go through that intensity that us indigos have to go through it. They're not going to have the experiences, the traumatic experiences, or the feeling of the black sheep, or whatever you're holding on to, having to do with the past, or how you sort of have been disrespected in your life or treated as a victim, have had your power taken away from you. With indigos, something that we all have in common is that our power was taken away from us when we were younger. So a lot of my work is about teaching you how to be in your power. Now, why do indigos have to go through this experience? It's because we are the first generation that's leading the way. Well, okay. Well, we're leading the way for the crystals and the rainbows, you know? But the reason why an indigo is here is that we're here to really tear down the corruption and the institutions that aren't working in our society. That's why you need your anger. That's why, but you need to be healed. And that's why you need to be able to use your anger in a productive way. But a lot of indigos are wounded when they're younger, and you have to heal through that so that you come out as a crystal clear being to be able to do your mission. Now, if you're not being sent people doing your healing work, your teaching work, whatever, you're not ready yet. So that's why I'm offering myself here to help you prepare to that next level so that you are ready to accept your mission. And until you do that healing work, even if you've done years, like I was sharing, hey, I did over 10 years. Even though you have done such intense healing work, whether that's with a therapist or a healer or whatever, you still have more to do. There's still more to do. And the reason why the universe is not putting you into your mission right now is because you need to be able to clear all that false parts of yourself. All those last triggers that you have, all the trauma, all whatever anxiety issues you have, whatever depression issues you have, any parts of your false self need to be cleared so that you're able to bring in this new earth. We are the leaders and the teachers and the healers of the new earth. And again, until you're healed and at the point, because this goes back to my other story that I was saying, hey, you know, I used to have conversations with spirit and say, you know, why aren't you having me teach about love, how to attract the one? Why can't I stay there? Why did I have to evolve past that? You know, that's teachings that I was doing from around, I don't know, 2002 to 2005, 2006. And then it shifted. I went into deeper healing work, and then my work shifted. Then I attracted in my twin flame. Then it had to do about relationship teachings. Then it shifted again, having to do with healing. And then it had to do with healing emotional abuse and healing childhood wounds and healing past traumas. And I was very happy doing all that healing work too. And I thought that I was done. You know, I thought that that was it. But I was still not getting that reflection back from the universe. It's still something was not connecting because the opportunities weren't coming in for me. So again, a normal person, a human, would be able to plop in any of those areas and stay teaching that for their whole life. But as an indigo, you're pushed and pushed and pushed. You have many talents. You're multi-talented. So you have a lot of gifts to offer. So if you're one of those indigos that you're like, oh, I'm here to help people, and you're working as a coach or a healer or whatever you're calling yourself, there's still more to you to give. There's still a refinement to give, to just keep on reaching higher and higher, because we keep evolving as beings. So number one, don't think that your journey is done, because when it is done, the universe is going to put you to work. The universe is going to step you up to that next level. So the final thing that I want to just share here is that one of the things that recently clicked to me that I totally understood why I had to go through so much healing that I did. Oh, P.S. about that corruption, about the healing, I want to share the final note about that. Is that if you're an indigo and you're put into power as far as like reaching loads of people and you're still not healed, you're still not at that place where the universe needs you to be in order to do your divine mission, you're going to be doing more damage into the world, which can be considered corruption, which is the exact opposite of why we're here. The reason why companies are corrupt, the reason why the legal system is corrupt, the reason why the medical field is corrupt. I mean, any area out there in the world, the reason why there's corruption in these different areas is because we've had a slew of generations of people that have just been repeating the wounded patterns from one generation to the next of their family members. It's just passed down. So until you go through the healing and sort of the deprogramming and the clearing of the brainwashing, which it all has to do with healing. So until you're like clearing all those layers, and even though it seems like such a long journey and you have to keep healing and healing and healing, because us indigos are here to clear out the corruption and to bring integrity into truth and to honesty into the world and dealings in all relationships and all our partnerships, until you've done that healing within yourself, you still have the tendency to go into the corruption. And what I mean by that is that making decisions and sort of leading people and guiding people in a way that benefits you, there's like ulterior motives, rather than benefiting the whole, benefiting you and benefiting the whole. And that's the position, that's the placement where indigos need to be, is that they have cleared so much of their gunk that they're this clear channel that they're solely operating for the good of all. And that does not mean a martyr. That means, like I shared, that's benefiting you too. That's benefiting you richly. But our purpose here is to clear the corruption. There's a bug right here. There's our reason here is to clear the get away. Our purpose here, come on, really? Our purpose here is to clear the corruption. You can't see the fly by you, but it's like, right, it's stuck in my hair. Now it's gone, I think. So in case you're wondering why you are not attracting as many people as you want to attract, there's, we'll say, two reasons. Number one, you still have more healing work to do. Or number two, you haven't fully stepped into your power to be out there, to be seen, to be this vibrating light, to be drawing in people to work with you. So like I said, I'm making these videos so that those who need me, I understand that there's those indigos of you that need me, that want my help, that have been praying for me, for someone to prepare them for their mission. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm offering my gifts to you right now. That's why I'm making these videos. I'm doing it in promotion of Alien 101 Grow Your Soul program, to call you guys in, to invite you, to let you know that I'm here to help you. Now, the final part here that I wanted to share is that something that recently clicked for me, having to do with my mission and having to do with why the aliens came into my life and why I've had to do so much healing. Because this has been my journey. Now, I don't know if it's going to take everybody over 10 years of doing intense healing in order for you to be able to do your mission. I don't think it's going to be that way. But again, it depends. It depends the decisions that you make. So there's a couple of takeaways from here. Number one, if you're an indigo, you need to work for your mission. And what that means is you need to work and do your healing. You need to actively engage in it. Now, if you're not ready to do that, then take your time. Continue reading books and continue chilling out. But know that you're delaying your process. You're delaying your mission being out there. And you're also delaying your happiness. Because the more that you are out there doing your divine mission, you're going to feel happier. There's not going to be so much like internal stuff going on that you're feeling now. Whether that's, well, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but you're not going to feel all that internal stuff going on and how it's showing up in different areas of your life, you know, in your career, not really doing a job that you're so crazy about, not making so much money, having some issues with your relationship, your intimate relationship, or no intimate relationship, or fights within your intimate relationship, issues with your family members. Even if you try to avoid them, there's still going to be stuff there. So for you actively stepping forward in your journey and doing the healing work, doing it head on, you're not going to get these other things lasting as long as they are in your life. You're not going to be suffering from them for so long because you're being an active participant to clear through them. So that's takeaway number one. Takeaway number two is that if you're an indigo and you're saying, hey, I'm here to help people, or I'm here to help you, or however you're presenting yourself, know that there's much more to your mission than just that. Number three, what's number three? Well, let me share the conclusion of this, something that just recently dawned on me. The reason why I realized on why I had to do so much healing work, on why Spirit was pushing me so much that I could have stopped at any of these places and taught about love, taught about having healthy relationships, taught about healing, helped people healing their childhood wounds. The reason why I had to keep going with this is because, number one, I had to get to the real mission, the big whammy of a mission, which is to help indigos to, again, that guide. There's my dog who's sneaking away. Hold on. Magic, come back here. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come on. Come on. I might have to go get him. 1 second. Magic, come here, because he's just staring at me. Magic, come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. No. Come back. Okay. He thinks I'm playing and he went running. It's okay. I'll get him afterwards. Okay. Back to you. I had to get to the pinnacle of one of my missions. And that was to help indigos. And in order for me to help indigos, I had to master all these other areas of my life. I had to heal all these other areas of my life. Because since indigos have to heal through all these different areas, I had to heal through how to attract the one. I had to heal through learning how to have healthy relationships. I had to heal through my twin flame relationship. I had to heal through family relationships. I had to heal through all these things, again, where somebody could have stopped in any of these places. And again, the reason why I had to do that was because I'm working with indigos. And with indigos, it is a requirement that you heal through all these different areas of your life. And I also had to heal through career stuff. I didn't share that. But I also had to heal through career stuff too. So because you as an indigo have all these gifts and have all these gifts to share, and since we're such a varied bunch, and since we're here to clear out the corruption, and since we're here to be clear channels and to be super powerful, we have to learn how to be powerful in all areas of our life. So that was the training ground that Spirit took me through for the last 10 years, over 10 years. So that was the number one realization that I had. Well, that was not the number one. It was one of the realizations that really came together for me. That it was like, hey, you're here to help indigos, to guide, help, heal, lead indigos. So you had to master all this because number two is indigos, we're intense. So you're pushed to the limit with the indigos. I've worked with indigos over the years, and God, my indigo clients really pushed me, triggered me, frustrated me, pissed me off. I've loved them also, fell deeply in love with all my indigo clients as well. But they activated new areas for me so I can offer to the world, to you. The last part of it, having to do with the indigo thing of my journey, was that because indigos can sense bullshit and can sense when someone's telling the truth and just resonate with that. That has always been something that I have always tuned out when I thought someone was full of shit. So I had to heal through all of those areas that, because sometimes when I speak to some indigos, and it comes up a lot, it happens with other people too, but when they're repressing certain things, and when they're not telling the truth, when they're trying to hide something, whether they're conscious of it or not, I can pick up on that. So I had to become very clear within myself, because if I'm stepping out in my mission, being a teacher, healer, guide, and a leader to other indigos, I have to really be able to walk my talk. Now, again, if I was servicing another population, well, I can get by doing X, Y, and Z. But with indigos, in order for you guys and for me to really like respect somebody and to want to follow somebody and learn from somebody, I have to really like feel it. I have to know that they're for real. So I need to just look where my dog is. Magic. Maggie. I need to go find him now. Do I want to share anything else with you? I'm going to share the link for those of you guys who are inspired and ready to take that step, loveguru.net/alien101. And if you have any questions about this program, please let me know. And I want to let you know, just as a final note here, and I think I've said that final note a million times in this video. As a final note, I am here for you, and it's 555. Oh, evil laugh. Remember I told you guys the 555? That number is with me all the time, and it has been for years. And other numbers too, but the 555 is my favorite these days, because I'm like, bring it on, change, transformation, bring it on. I want to let you know, as a final note, I am here for you. I knew that the world needed my gifts, but now I get it on a whole other level. So I am being seen. I am being present. I'm coming with my full power. And I know that these videos that I've been putting out over the last couple of days, I know for some of you, they're going to make you feel uncomfortable for whatever reason, for whatever's triggered within you. But I don't care, because it's for your own good. And I know I'm doing these videos because I'm committed to leading that next wave that's ready to pop off. Now, that was a gift that my star family came in and helped me with to prepare me, right? Because the book is called How Aliens Put Me Into Power, which took a while for me to even understand what the hell that was supposed to mean, because they told me the title when they first met me, and I was like, what? I thought it meant something else, which it ends up meaning the same thing. But okay, we're not going to get into that. I want to let you know I'm here for you. If you are ready to step up, if you want somebody to help you who understands what you have been through and what you're going through, and that intensity that you feel as an indigo, and if you have had to hold back the different facets of your personality, your intenseness, because you were always afraid of scaring people off, know that I want you to bring that intenseness. That sounds weird. I want you to bring that intensity with me. I welcome that. Your whole personality is welcome with me. Your whole personality is welcome in this group. In order for you to be fully effective in the world, you have to fully accept all of your gifts, all facets of your personality. So that's easier said than done. But I am coming out and just letting you know that I am here for you if you are ready to step forward. And I welcome you to step forward. So understand that if you say that you want help and you say you want to step forward, understand that here is the answer to your prayers. So you better mean what you say. This is where I'm pushing you a little bit. Okay? The universe is bringing you an answer to your prayers. The universe is bringing you a teacher, a healer, a guide to lead the way, to help you on your mission. You've been asking for this. Well, here's the answer. Now, you need to follow the signs. Well, you don't need to. You can sit and stall your mission, but that's only going to grow stronger in your heart. And like I said, it's only going to cause more chaos in your life the more that you put it off. It's going to keep you earning low wage is going to keep you unhappy in a job that you're not really giving to your full potential. You know you have much more to offer. It's going to keep you in relationships that you're not really so thrilled with, that aren't fulfilling you. So it's your choice. Do you want to stay in a state that life is just like so okay? You know, that is an experience that seems to be more acceptable for normal people, that they're okay living just like a so-so life. But you as an indigo, you have it in your heart that you know that you're meant for so much more, that you want so much more. So I'm here offering that opportunity for you. Are you going to take me up on the offer? Something to think about. loveguru.net is where you can find more information. That's where you can find me. That's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.